It was a lot different a few weeks ago when we all were burying the Dallas Cowboys.
And with good reason. It was that bad. The team was that bad. Things didn't look good. But you know what, Chris? They've turned it around.
They're not that bad anymore. I'll tell you that. And I said last week that I was a believer. I think they are going to be a legitimate problem in the NFC playoffs.
Well, what does that mean? Are they going to win a playoff game? Is that what you're saying?
Nothing's guaranteed.
No, I'm not
One
saying guaranteed,
thing we see with all these teams, I haven't seen anybody that's unbeatable.
No.
So I'm not going to sit here and guarantee that they're going to win a playoff game, but I think they've got I think they're assuming they finish off the season the way they've been playing, like maybe winning 2 of their last 3. I think that they'll have just about as good a chance as anybody in the NFC. I mean, that's how much I think they've improved. I have not seen a receiver make the type of impact on a team that Amari Cooper has made. I really trace the entire turnaround to him. And I'm not saying it's only him, but he has opened things up so much. Ezekiel Elliott's running game has been better since Cooper got there. Obviously, Dak Prescott has been much better since he got there. The other receivers, with all the attention off of them, have been better. And Cooper, as the main guy, has been tremendous. I'm wondering what in the world was going on the last 2 years in Oakland. I put a lot of that on John Gruden, at least this year.
Well, at least this year.
Right.
And he gave up. Look at the 2 players, the big stars from Oakland, who are both having great seasons.
Not only great individual seasons, they are catapulting teams.
They're teams. That's what I'm saying. Imagine those 2 guys are supposed to be on the Raiders, and no one's going to – I don't want to hear about the Raiders beating the Steelers yesterday. I don't care about that. John Gruden, what did he say? That they have super championship caliber. They showed themselves as championship caliber because they won yesterday and beat Pittsburgh.
What does that mean?
Please, what is that? Stop it with that horrible season.
Those are the same players you were saying that cost Reggie McKenzie his job?
Yeah.
But their championship caliber. You traded away 2 of his 2 best draft picks.
Right.
I mean, you throw in Derek Carr, obviously.
But those are and the GM gets fired, and those 2 guys are what they doing? Balling out. Both of them are balling out. It's ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
But we knew it. Didn't we mention this weeks ago that it's just a matter of time?
Oh, yeah.
We knew Reggie McKenzie. We knew it was coming. But yes, the Cowboys have turned the corner, and it was a huge game because had the Eagles won, they would have had the same record. It's a huge game. Yes, the game was in Dallas. There's no guarantee you're going to win, but they pulled it out in overtime. They get the big W, 29-23. And you're right. It was a couple of weeks ago. People were down on him. Even Troy Aikman, their former quarterback who won 3 Super Bowls.
He really buried him.
He buried them 5 weeks ago and said, dude, it's got to be blown up. That's how bad it was.
And I have to admit, because I agree, we both agree with him.
No, and that's the reason why, I'm going to tell you this. I get the winning streak. I get where they are. What are they now?
8-5.
8-5.
Leading the
3 games over, and they've won 5 in a row, correct?
Right.
But I the team that I saw from the beginning to this team, I still don't trust it, and I know it's not fair. They got a 5-game winning streak.
And a good 5-game
I'm just saying.
they're beating good teams. They haven't beaten on cupcakes.
But I'm not there to believe.
Of course you are.
I'm just not.
Why not, though? Why not? Because the defense is stellar.
The defense has been the real part that's held it together because the scores are way down. You know what I mean? And
they scored 29 against Philadelphia.
But I'm saying, like, if you look at some of the other games.
Obviously, New Orleans games, yeah.
Right. The offense didn't score in the second half in that game that they won. That's what I'm talking about. The defense,
but in the fourth, that game,
in that
New Orleans game.
They didn't score in the second half and you win a game. I mean, how often does that happen?
Since Amari Cooper's been there, Dak Prescott has gone from averaging, check this out, 202 yards per game before Amari. Since Amari, 285 yards a game. Now, we have talked with Rod Woodson, other NFL people, and we've both felt like this guy at his best, and I do think he's a winner, and I think he's a playmaking manager. That's what I call him, a manager who can make big plays with his feet. I never thought he could throw for, on average, about 280 yards a game. Now, again, that's only a 6-game stretch.
Right.
But I thought at best he's 240, 250, maybe 250 at best.
So you know what?
And he's been on fire. I mean, he had his moments of his bad moments yesterday.
Oh,
Don't get me wrong.
he had 2 interceptions.
Right.
He played
and the fumble.
There were some moments where you said,
he looked bad.
Right.
But in the clutch, in the fourth quarter and overtime, he was great.
But here's the thing that you look at, and this is where when you have a guy like that who's had a lot of bad moments as well, and people were like, I don't know what to really make of him. Don't forget, one of his biggest supporters, we talked about last week, Skip Bayless, remember after that game went and threw.
I haven't heard Skip mention that lately.
No, but you know what I mean?
He threw his jersey in the garbage
at his house.
And now he's back on them. He's back
on
the
all the way on. I mean, I know he probably was
Has he done the mea culpa? I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
If he's apologized for that, or I don't know. I haven't seen it, but yeah, he stepped off.
He was the biggest Dak Prescott guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that's when Troy Aikman and Skip Bayless, they all jumped off.
Yep.
Because it was that bad. And then you start to wonder, is that what's going to happen? Is like they'll come to this big game that they really need, and then he doesn't perform.
But they've been there.
No. But
they've needed every single game.
I'm talking about once they get there, and then they'll say, see, I told you he can't get there. I'm just saying, that's what Dak, I'm not saying it's fair, Chris,
right.
But I'm saying that's what's, unless he wins, they're going to come back to him. Say he has I'm just hypothetical. He plays well, they win the division, whatever, and then they lose in the playoff game to a better quarterback. See, he can't win you the game by himself when they take away the running game.
We know he can't. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying he can win a game for you by himself.
No, I know, but I'm just saying
consistently.
That's the part that I think I'm still holding out against. Is I guess I have to really watch the season through, and then have him. I want to see him win a playoff game. If he goes out, wins a playoff game, then I'm going to change my mind on him. Until then, I'm going to hold out.
If he wins a playoff game,
I will.
Because usually you're like championship or bust.
No.
If he wins a playoff
game, if Dallas can win a playoff game with Dak Prescott, then I'm going to take a look at him and think of him differently than if it's just a regular season.
He's the type of guy that needs a lot of talent around him.
Can I give you the other guy? The same thing on why I never gave in on Matt Stafford is that he hadn't won. It's been 10 years with Matt. He's never won you a playoff game. Does he have Hall of Fame numbers? Yes.
I hate to even say.
But I'm just talking about the numbers.
The thought of that just boggles my mind. Like Matt Stafford and Hall of Fame in the same. And what are Hall of Fame numbers nowadays?
But he's
going to start seeing.
But he's like the youngest player to 10,000.
Right.
I mean, it's like he's the youngest to all these stats. If you go look at him, that's what I'm saying. When I talk about Hall of Fame
He'll be an interesting case study.
But he hasn't won a playoff game, and it's been 10 years.
And he rarely gets into playoffs.
Well, they've been in playoffs 3 times, but he didn't win.
But in how many years? 10 years?
In 10 years.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, for the Lions, that's good.
Right.
You got to remember that. For the Lions, that's good. 3 times in 10 years.